Watagwan, don't get baffled now. Yeah. So what's going on? In this video I'm going to talk about martial arts for real, okay? Now I've got a bad headache because I'm fighting the flu. We are going to fight against the opposite of health. You know, the more health you've got in you, that's the more life you've got in you. And the less health you've got in you, that's the less life you've got in you. That's the more death you got in you. When it comes to things like diseases and shit, you don't want that shit, y'all. In this video, I'm going to talk to you now about being a positive motherfucker, alright? So I want to say to you now in this video, on this camera right here, that life goes on. Hold on 1 second while I move this fucking hot plate, otherwise I'll burn my goddamn chops off. Right, so I'm going to get some food, my dude. Okay. Guys and gals then, whoever's watching this, in this particular video I want to say this is martial arts, man. That's what I'm talking about. Snap kick to the fucking head, huh? Spin around with that back fist and take your mask to bits, man. Smash a mask to bits, bastard. Let me tell you what it is, right? Martial arts is a form of fighting, the art of war with their hands and feet, bastard. Listen, if you practice martial arts, you're practicing stuff that could really hurt someone. That's what I do, so I can knock a fucker right out if they're messing with me, cuz. You know, but no, I'm just saying what it is, okay? Don't go around trying to attack people. Listen, if you're a young person who practices martial arts, you've got to understand, right, you've got a long way to go. Now, martial arts is a journey of learning and development in knowledge and skills. But martial arts is also a way of life. It's like a way of life, so it takes years and years to become a very good martial artist. And I've been training for years and years. No, just kidding. I'm humble about what I do, but I have been training martial arts for many years. And I'm going to eat this humble pie, this humble fried rice. Well, I'm telling you. Now, martial arts takes a lot of responsibility. To be a good martial artist, you must have a lot of responsibility. There's been monks, Shaolin monks, okay, who've also spoken about this, saying, if your mind's not calm, basically, if you as a person, your character and your mind is not calm like a still water, then you can't learn martial arts. You just can't learn it. You can't be it and become it like. Because someone who's violent, who always wants to attack people, that's not martial art. Not martial art. Someone who's always wanting to smash, that's not martial arts. Martial arts is a learning thing. Yeah. So you learn how to protect life in a healthy way, you know. So, exercise. Yeah, feel me? So it's exercise, you know. Well, that's all I'm about, man. You've got to do a daily exercise routine. You need to be flexible. So do some stretching. Stretching, did you know that stretching is very important for all martial artists? I'll give you 2 points here. Before I do, let me say, martial arts is, you need to be flexible if you're a martial artist. You have to be. You can't just say you do a bit of stretching, but you focus more on strength. But it's the wrong way. You should focus on flexibility first and foremost. And then strength, yeah, also, but you can get different kinds of strength and levels of strength and different kinds of strength from strength training. But you can get different kinds of strength and levels of strength in flexibility training too. And like I said before, you know, someone who does a lot of strength training may not be training, may not develop as much flexibility as you would by doing actual flexibility training. Same, okay. So if you want to do a certain amount of strength training, get certain levels of strength in certain ways, you've got to do strength training, there's no doubt about it. That's why if you've got someone who's very flexible and they're like, their body can twist up in all kind of crazy shapes, they might even, you might see them a bit cut up, they might have some muscle on them, they might be like pretty good, but the thing is, they're never going to become a like, big bodybuilder type body, you know what I mean? The same for big bodybuilders. They're never going to have the same elastic kind of movement, no, as some of these flexibility gymnast guys, you know? So now, when you got like martial arts like Wing Chun, okay, Wing Chun. In Mandarin it's Yong Chun, so Yong Chun Chuan. Yong Chun is like, you don't need so much flexibility, right? But you do. You do need to have some, like I do a lot of that, but it's like I do stretching every day to keep more flexible, you know. It's always better for you to be more stronger than you need to be, and more flexible than you need to be. I said that in the wrong order there, but still, yeah, more. It's always better to have a little more time, or a little more money, or a little more. It's better like over, like, you know. But you shouldn't live your life like, you know. So I'm just saying, if it's good, you can't get enough of it. You know, it's like, you know. But if it's bad, you can always get. It's always too much, no matter how much it is. But then again, you may say too much of something may lead from being good to actually becoming bad because it's too much. You carry too much money on your boat when you go travelling. The boat may sink, you know, it's too heavy. Or it's like you become too much. You never have too much bad. You say, if we have no bad in the world, there'll be no challenges. There's got to be a balance, right? But then you say, well, what is the level? Is it 1 million, like some high number that makes it, or a low number that makes it more or less? Well, if something's up, you've got to imagine balance here, okay? Weighing the scales are like a yin and yang, okay? Yin and yang. Two sides. If one is 1% above, or like even 1%, even then it's out of balance. And you say, yeah, but I would prefer more good, you know? But you don't realise that your life's got a lot of imbalance in it anyway. And these philosophies are true in all your life. See, martial arts is teaching you to realise reality and realise true life. It's not only about martial arts and fighting, but it's like the real thing is you got life. That's what it is, and that's a good thing. No, life is everything. Everything is life. So if you're not alive, the same thing, right? You can't have you don't have the bad things. You don't have the good things. But it is nothing. So the fact is, there's you. There's something here. You know there's a universe. You're here. If it wasn't here, you wouldn't know that. Okay. It's because you know it. So you know it. So it's all we can flow with. You know. It's like a fish swimming in water. The fish swimming in water. You can only swim in the water. That's all you can do. He's not even going to think about flying in the sky. It doesn't have wings or nothing. And let's go back again with the stretching, okay? Stretching is very important. Keep flexible. Martial art, did you know, okay? You need flexibility, obviously, for like big movements, if you're jumping, doing high kicks and stuff. But just having a basic level of fitness will help you in all of your daily activities. And the best way to fight is not fighting. You avoid the danger. You fight because you have to. You struggle because you have to. Well, it's better to be ready. That's why We train to exercise our mind and our body to be strong enough to support us and live in this chaotic world. Otherwise you wouldn't be alive. You'd be weak, and if you did nothing, you'd be blown around by the wind. You wouldn't even exist. To keep this, sustain this essence of this being what you are, this solid, as in this foundation of what you are, you have to have some kind of exercise and practice and exercising, you know. So the point is, you know, that's basically the point. You know? So it's like the best fighting though is like no fighting, right? So peace. So what we're saying is the best martial arts. We train to be more flexible, more stronger, have more skills, have more more better, faster speed. All this stuff. We can be fast, more faster than you need to be, more skilled than you need to be, right? Have more. But the soldier doesn't want to fire every gun from his bullet. You don't want to spend all of your money. You don't want to drink all of your water if you're in the desert. You might want to keep the ration. You have to save your stuff, right? When it's gone, it's gone. So it's like, you know, the point is, some martial arts, I don't care what you, even boxing, but let's just say Wing Chun, for example, Yong Chun. It could be even Tai Chi, like Tai Chi or Aikido, any of these martial arts where there's a lot of skills which are very subtle. Even the ninja, like ninjutsu art, where they would, in the old days, they would not let anyone see them. They would try not to have to fight force with force, or make some big movement, or try to pull the weapons out. They didn't need all that. Would you rather go to the bank or the bank come to you, you know? Would you rather, you know, travel across the sea to deliver a message, to collect a message from some post box, or would you rather someone send you a message in your phone? So technology, so you should be used in a useful way. Everything we see around us in the world, the technology is a reflection, an expression and a creation of our, should be from our needs. Not bullshit, but yeah, it should be from our needs as human beings. So what do you need? Do you need to enslave yourself by others? Do you need to put yourself, you know what I mean, on someone else's bus? So let's get back to what I'm saying, okay? So the point is, some martial arts, like say Wing Chun for example, Yong Chun, the skills are so small, the movements are so small, they don't need to be so flexible and so powerful and so flexible and big. So what you're learning is like how to deal with situations that come to you without needing to be anywhere near the size of the problem. You become less. So you are like water, right? You're ungraspable. You're literally, they don't understand you, they can't see you, they can't feel you, they can't hold you, they can't hit you, they can't control you. You are so absent. You are so absent. They're not going to catch you. Their speed will never catch you because you're you're so out of range from them. Even when you're close, like you don't need to rush or be fast or hurry because you're already there. You're early. You are everywhere and you are nowhere, like the Tao, like yin and yang. It's the truth. So you are always and you are never. It sounds good, right? I'm talking bullshit. Right? I'm saying all this stuff in there. Nobody understands that shit. You think I'm crazy, right? I'm some English white boy, yeah, who reads Chinese philosophy book. No, and watches movie. No, this is the real life, right? And if more scientists and people understood this, you'd learn the real business as such, and how to balance your life and work anything out in this bullshit silly society where they reject nature. There's nothing there. The underlying principle, foundation of everything is nature. Another word, you can say the Tao, right? The Tao, the truth, the nature, and the reality. The reality, I said. It doesn't matter if there's a God that created everything, or a God is everything, or nature, or whatever it is, alien. Just the existence of everything that is here. It is what it is. I have to paint it in this colour or design it, decorate it that way. No, it is what it is. Doesn't need advertisement even. It is what it is. You can advertise oxygen to be however this or that. You get idiots that follow advertisements, but I'm just saying, air, oxygen is what it is. If you even live off of it, if it's not oxygen, it's something else, and you probably die from that. Now, nature's the foundation, the truth of everything. Excuse me. We're always living, we're always dying. And you're always crying, you're always smiling. So, this is a life, they want to try and buy it. Grab a motherfucker. Don't fly too high, man. No. I'm eating my dinner, I'm talking to you, blowing my nose. Electric light bulbs above me. Let's get back to what I was saying. So, the true martial arts, you see, they were teaching you to avoid them. It's very wise to avoid fighting and struggling. Use effective skills, economy, simple techniques, how simple but effective methods and skills, knowledge basically, wisdom can beat all violence. And they say violence has no mind, fighting, war, okay? Why do the two countries have to fight? Why do people have to fight? Because obviously there's a thing with like no mind at play, or there's confusion. You're not wise enough, you're not smart enough. It's like a baby crying, they don't understand the world, so they cry, they want this, they want that, they don't even know. Help me, you know. that's not truly free, you see. So when it is true martial arts, it is about the mastery of yourself, not to become invincible, but to be able to do things. Now, let's get back to what I was saying, without, you know, having to need to deal with all that. So going back to what I'm saying is, with flexibility, yeah, flexibility training and stretching. Flexibility training, okay, is really good for you. You've got stretches that help you to be able to do different things. Like if you stretch your legs, obviously, or stretch your back and your legs, upper body and arms, neck, you stretch your whole body, but you can do very flexible things. You can lean all the way back, or cartwheel, or do jumping kicks and all this stuff. Yeah, that's something. But you know, so I tell you, there's another kind of thing you realise. There's like stretching like on a large kind of scale, you can imagine, like a scale, and then you've got an inner, I call it outer and inner stretching, that's what I'd call it. I don't mean on the inside, but what I'm saying is like stretching the fibres of your body, the muscle, like, and the fibres of your body. When you're stretching your skin and your muscle, there's other points. The best way I can give an example is like, you know, you could find, it's like a box. If I have a box, okay, hold on, a square cube box, and I do a dot, I draw a dot on the 6 sides of this box, right? So now let's imagine it's not a box, let's imagine it's a balloon or some ball, a sphere, okay, here? And I draw a dot in 6 different places on this sphere to show the 6 different sides that it would be if it was a cube, so it's the same kind of distances, right? But actually that's not true, that you can draw dots all over this whole sphere until it becomes the colour of that pen that you've coloured it in. The same way as if you have, that's a 3D example of a 2D example I can give you now, which I was going to give you, of a, you know, yeah, of a clock or a circle. Let's say if you have a circle, okay, a clock face, you have 12 o'clock, or yeah, 3, 6 and 9, okay. Now let's imagine in between you have more minutes, yeah, more part, but that's like your body. So maybe you can do a high kick and you can kick your legs up to 12, you know, or you can spin back and kick to the 9, yeah. But at the end of the day, what about those points in between? You may not be as flexible as you see. So it teaches you a lot of flexibility, like throughout your body, like the health. And actually it does help you for your whole body, so the muscles and the inner and everything, your whole body, it gradually strengthens also, but it's you know, opening up channels, the blood flow and everything, the chi, the blood, right, the energy, the muscles, the fit, and you can feel your body It's very much more healthy in your daily life, in what you do. So you see some people, let me give you some example, okay, you get some old people who practice some Tai Chi, okay, Tai Chi, and things like that, maybe Bagua also, things like that, traditional martial arts. And because they do simple exercises, even some old people practice different kind of exercises that you might find in China as well, like Tai Chi for example, maybe even basic Qigong, for example, Qigong too, okay? Now with Qigong there's different kinds, you've got like, a lot of them when they're static, I've also learned some basic in the past, but when you stand still on the position, you hold the position, ones, but there's, and you control your breathing and your blood, you try to imagine the Qi, but there's also different ones where it's like moving, slowly moving exercises, similar, like Tai Chi, okay? Tai Chi, and basically when they're training, some of these people, the older people, some will surprise you because they're quite flexible and strong. But some of these people, they're not very, very flexible or strong or flexible. They don't do very big movements and kicks, not because they're old or their body's no good, I don't mean that, but I just mean they train a certain way, a certain kind of movement that's flowing with the body, and they're exercising the different fibres, the different parts of their body. And they are very, very healthy. They're training the external, the muscles, the skin of their body, and they're also training the blood flowing, the Qi, the health. It's all important. Yes, what we eat is also very important. I don't eat the best diet, I'm saying. Still, you know, you have to watch what you eat, get a good balance, eat healthy. You shouldn't smoke or drink, I think, okay? But I'm just saying, they're exercising on the spot. Now, there are some people who may go running, younger people or middle-aged people who go running, and their body is also very fit. You know, you could do anything, you could do basketball, some sports even. I'm just giving you examples here, okay? Let's just say running or jogging. This is the same as just throwing punches and kicks at a bag and doing some big movement where you feel kind of flexible, you've got power in your muscles. You get some of these people that can run. Yes, the blood's flowing, yes, the heart is pumping, it's good. The breathing is exercising their lungs, and they're strong overall in their body. It's a good exercise workout. And their body, their hips and their thighs, their legs got power where they're running, and their arms are moving, and they can do exercises to move their body, you see. But also there are small things, so there's big in the small and small in the big, see. So these are big exercises which may give you a good overall, very good, I will say, fitness. Yeah, but sometimes you have other things, like some of these old people, not because they are old, but I'm saying people in general, okay? If you exercise your body and do like smaller movements slowly and work, whether it's fast, slow or whatever, but you're working the fibers slowly, I'd say. And I'm not doing anything particularly here, I'm just showing you, for example, if you're rotating all the, you know, what do you call it, the fibre of your body, exercising all those different little areas and tendons, yeah. You're really strengthening and making yourself flexible and strengthening yourself on the whole, you know. And they may look like very simple, easy, small exercises that you can do in a small room or a small space, but you're really, really helping yourself in a big way. These things would help anyone, even young people that go running or swimming or whatever you do, play football. But it's like, and then when you're older, of course, it's going to help you in your body if you keep that going. But the thing is, you know, they say, don't overdo it, don't overwork yourself. It's like trying to lift heavy boxes all day. You might get strong muscles, but you've got to work things. There's different kinds of balance you need to do, big and small. And the thing is, like they said, breathing, you know, breathing. Some people say that breathing is a good exercise. It might sound crazy, but you've got to focus on your breathing. You've got to focus on the inside. So that's why they've got certain exercises in basic, like Qigong, and even in karate and certain things like that, but in certain traditional old martial arts, Kung Fu, they talk about breathing and into certain parts and controlling that. But then you've got force and practice of nature, and then you've got true nature. So you should try to strengthen what you have, which is a naturally developed body. It's your body and mind, and work in ways. Don't push it in an unnatural way. Sometimes some people, they change their bodies for whatever they see as the good or better, but they end up changing their body through some kind of hardcore training. It even comes like hard conditioning and stuff too. Sometimes too hard conditioning. You see some karate masters, so-called, or sensei, some people who are smashed up. Their body is so, you can see they're quite strong and they're flexible, and they can hold stances and stuff, but they've been through the wars. Sometimes they come out to accept these awards, like one of my old teachers used to say this, one of my old Kung Fu teachers used to mention. You get these people who come up in their older age, these senseis and stuff, and they come out and their body, you can see they're not even walking properly. They need two people to help them, old karate masters or whoever, you know. Not that karate's bad, I don't mean that. But you know what I mean? You might be a Muay Thai, kickboxing, whatever person, Taekwondo, Hapkido, karate, whatever, but you come out. You look at the boxers. The boxers have been punched in the face so many times, and they're like, some people are like these old champions or, you know, retired champions. They can't even speak properly. But that's a different thing. I'm just trying to say we should take care of this body now. We're talking about exercising and training yourself, not even in a fight, but just training. Don't beat yourself up on the world. Don't break yourself. That's why they make like jokes like, can you chop, can you break or punch through stone or wood? It's like, you practice your whole life trying to break things, you end up breaking yourself. That's why there's a gradual training, conditioning and development. So if you try to like breathe too unnaturally, that might be bad for you and developing over time as well. And certain exercise you might end up pushing your body if you didn't eat right, but you like push yourself really hardcore down the gym with the weights and stuff, you may end up having a heart attack. So there's an inner working of the whole body. We need to understand the external and the internal. I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I might be a bit like, I'm not perfect in myself, but I'm saying this knowledge is for your whole life, and in everything you do, in the way you do things, and what you've got to actually do it, which is this vehicle, this tool, this body, which is a cheap fucking, excuse my language, way of saying it, a tool. A toy. It's not a toy, it's not a tool. Your body is everything you have. Your mind and body is it. That's you. Otherwise you're just laying there on a bed thinking, that's the end. You've got this. This is you. Take care of it. You know? It doesn't mean you need to be the world's fastest athlete, fastest runner, or the big world's strongest man or woman or weightlifting champion. But martial arts is good for you. You want to take care of yourself. So exercise should be good for you. You don't want to harm your body. So that's why you don't push yourself too hard in the beginning, you know, when you do so, because you're going to harm yourself. And there's a gradual process. You know, it's like the bird can't fly before it develops its wings, or to be a certain size and power. You can try to say, you push them, you can push again, you end up hurting yourself. They may develop wrongly as well. So you hear stories about people that have been forced into the splits and stuff at a young age, and then they could kick well. You don't believe everything you see. I sort of say certainly work gradually into things. And you know, again, like certain kinds of flexibility or strength training you do, you might see people with back problems and certain things. Don't, you know, push it like that. Do gradual training or to work to develop what you've got to grow in the way it grows. If you see a tree or some plant or some tree growing in a concrete structure. Now sometimes nature can go straight through that, which is great, can smash things down, but I'm just saying sometimes you see this is amazing, let me tell you this, the philosophy, okay, get this. Sometimes you will see a tree, let's say, inside a building or in a cave or a concrete stone structure, a building, and the tree is going across the ceiling or the roof part, across, bending over, and it grows in that way. Another thing that's kind of interesting is the way certain trees do grow differently anyway, if they're on mountains or by rivers, and you get things like willow trees which just naturally go over and the plants go down toward the water. Nature's always going to try to go back towards nature, But going back to what I was saying, when you see those trees arcing over and those trees are held in certain places, I'm not going to bring up Mr. Miyagi and bonsai trees and things artistic or whatever certain things you want to call it, but let's just talk about actual trees, big trees growing over, and they're controlled, there's inside a cave or something you can imagine, and there's nowhere for it to go and it arcs over. And it ends up growing in an unnatural way, you could say, within this naturally, strangely, but then again, why would it grow there? You see what I'm trying to say? Now, in other situations, nature always wins. See, nature always gets through, so it's like water gradually erodes down the rock. You got the 5 elements too, which we talked about before in another video, things like the 5 elements in Chinese philosophy, and we got the actual knowledge, this is 5 elements. But let's go back again, okay? The roots of a tree, the roots, I want to say, will always be the strongest. The roots of nature, amazing, right? The roots of a tree. So they may be covered by stone, rock, asphalt roads that people have put down, but the roots will break through that and they'll come through and they'll be there. And the roots are the strongest. The roots of anything will always be the strongest. It's basically the growing essence from the origin of what something is. If there's no origin, there can't be anything. If there were, like you can't take away the origin of everything, you can't change history. So it's like only by changing now. So if you could take the origin away, like if you could go back to my history and stop me from being born, I wouldn't be alive here now. You get science programs on this kind of interesting stuff, and time travel and multiverses and all kinds of stuff you hear about. But let's just say, okay, it's paradoxical. Like if you went back in time to kill yourself, if you went back in time to prevent yourself from being born, or if you went back in time and killed someone, like your father, your grandfather, or someone in the history, or was unable to save their lives, then you wouldn't exist. So how could you have gone back? See? But then again, you're talking about things that haven't happened, basically. That's the basic point. So the origin is always there. No matter how far back your history was, it's there. That is what's here today. What is here now is history, but in the history of something else as well. You are basically the root. Your whole life is a growing root. There's no reason for it to get weaker. And even when a tree is strong at the bottom, the root, which is what's holding you together now, which is really what you're all about, what's making you, as the tree grows up taller, it gets a bit thinner and more flexible, and it's more able to deal with the winds that blow against it, and the typhoons and stuff. And this is what you need to be in life. Have strong roots, but be flexible, but be calm, that you don't need to deal with the other forces that surround you. But you're a force of life, You're a force of life. And trees drop their fruits, and they have offspring, so they're healthy too. And that's like your children. So you have children, in your life, So this is what we're talking about. See, the whole lesson of life, and so martial arts is like a beautiful painted picture about this meaning of value in life. Now, not everybody can be a martial artist. Not everybody wants to be interested in. Not everybody can be a musician, a chef, or a cook. Not everybody will be even interested to study the yin and yang concepts, but the truth is, you could study that, you could look into that, and still understand it. Even if you didn't do martial arts, you could learn a lot about the truth. But, martial arts is a deep thing and it can teach you a lot. They say martial arts brings people together. Martial arts teaches you about care and tenderness. So not to get hurt, and how you don't get hurt, and how to not hurt people. Because you learn so much powerful fighting, You learn how to train yourself, with your one body. Maybe you're not a very big, strong person, a man or woman, anybody, but you train to make yourself strong enough and challenge yourself more than anything in this life. Maybe you don't have a lot of money, maybe you're sick sometimes, but you train to become able to stand the storms, and whatever things come at you, you're alive and you know you're alive. And this is the power of martial arts. The good, it reminds you you're alive, and it makes you remember true life, what it means, and to love life and care. And that's why you understand yourself, and you respect and understand other people. You want to help people. You want to always stand for nature and protect the good of the values of life. Okay. So, and what it is you learn these fighting skills, and it's so hard. It becomes easy. Things become easy. So challenges. Think about that in life. Danger against your life. If you was to get hurt or get killed, or if you was very sick, very ill, health. So we're training. We're not superhero, but we're training to have some power just from the belief in your mind and practice in yourself with nature and this body to fight, to just not lose, basically, to keep healthy and to be able to protect ourselves and not give up and not lay down and die, basically, with bad health. So the thing is, so then you become wise and knowledgeable. Now with that, those things there, that is the protection of life itself and the foundation. This is why martial arts is one of, or the best, in my opinion, way to maintain the self, so as to see all the other beauty in life and just enjoy life as a beautiful human being, enjoying all the other good, fantastic stuff. Not be just constantly focused on fighting and martial arts, but it's helping you to realize anything else you do in life. You see the truth, you see what's fake or not fake in society, because you know nature is the absolute root and the key, yin and yang, down reality, nature, and then you also know how to deal with certain things in life in a human way, possibly in a realistic way, and it becomes easier because for you to even when you lose, you know you didn't lose. So when you see the pressure in life or the other things that other people feel they're a failure, they're having so much trouble in their life, and you look at that and you feel, my God, that's nothing to me. That would you learn this power, this true clarity of mind. You can see what is real, and this will help you because you have empty bags. You have an empty mind. You can go and collect, and you can have more in this vehicle that is the body. You can go through life and you can get more. You can do more. You're free. You don't waste your energy. It's like you don't spend all of your money or your time. You can actually do more like this. You're not following people around, Anyway, back to what I'm saying. So, the martial arts basically is teaching you that. That's what it basically is. That's why I think it's the only, or the best thing when you talk about this. It's basically, there's you have a beautiful life, you are you, and then martial arts is, to me, like one of the best methods, bags of knowledge for the mind and for the body to maintain you, so you can have a nice day and do whatever you want to do in your life. That thing is something that can empower you, give you the power, and it's like you look in the mirror, oh, here I am, It's like you breathe and you feel good, oh, I'm alive today. You remember. That's what it is. It's not teaching you to be like the strongest person so you can just keep fighting everybody and, do something because you don't know what to do. You don't know why you're alive. That's nothing. So yeah, when it comes to flexibility, you need to have a flexible mind. When you do a certain kind of training in martial arts, you realise with your body, where you're not flexible enough. Even strong people, muscly people who do different exercises in the gym, sometimes they'll realise that they're not flexible enough, or the same way as you realise you're not strong enough. Or maybe you realise that your lack of flexibility is preventing you and your current level of strength to go further or to maintain a posture where you could hold something or a position, or because you're not flexible enough. So flexibility is the key. If there was no flexibility, if you didn't have the breath and the blood flowing within you, if you wasn't if your joints were lubricated, if you wasn't able to sweat, if there was no fluid. This is the body is made up with a lot of liquid, right? Your body is made of whether it's 70% water, whatever. And if you didn't have that, you would break. That's why dead things rot away. They become dry and rot away, you know. So that's what it basically is, you know. You need to be like that, able to be sustainable. How can something grow if things can't change? They can't grow, you know. So that's why the trees are the same, you know. No, I'll say thank you for listening. Sorry for joking around and swearing. Sometimes I say fucking bullshit. It comes out my mouth, yeah. But as I say, just love life, you know. Well, I should say, there's no reason to hate your life, you know. You know, it starts raining. What do you say? It's a bad day. Yeah. A rock falls from the cliff, and you say, "Oh, it's a bad day." If it falls on your head, you can't say anything. You're done. If it falls close by you or far by you, you should say, "I'm lucky to be living. Nature's a beautiful thing. I can't change it, but I wouldn't change it based on the fact that here I am today. It's my beautiful life to experience it and make more, you know. Why are you alive?" When you train martial arts to keep healthy, train all the different exercises you can do to keep healthy and fit. When you train martial arts, I'm just saying, that's what I would do. The same ideas. When you train martial arts, you train with people as well. Think about what you're doing, self-defensive skills. Practice realistically and carefully. They train hard to stay safe, you know what it is. And yeah, the most important thing is to value life while you got it, because if you don't, you'll be going through lots of pressure. Now, sometimes pressure and challenges can be beneficial, or you can get through them and get stronger in life, or even just give yourself the subconscious idea that you did, and just you enforce that, which might not be true, and that makes you still stronger. But listen, just be true to yourself, I'd say. Don't go through your life like a robot. If you just keep thinking about money and trying to impress others or go further, you just run into the end. Try and be free. You know, find some interest, find some hobbies or some passion in your life, I would say. You know, it's never too late. It's not too late for an old person, and it's not too late for a little child, you know. Yeah, I'll say that. But some people think it's too late. They think it's too late because you failed, and everybody saw you fail. If you didn't know those people, sometimes you don't, you know, but they're just people. They're the same as you. In different situations, you can trust me, they really are the same as you. Everybody can stay awake for a certain amount of time. Most people, human beings, need to sleep. Excuse my language, but eat, drink, piss and shit, right? Everybody goes to the toilet. You know? Maybe right now, maybe the presidents of the world are got a stomach ache, or they need to go to the toilet, you know. Yeah. How much money have you got in the bank? Still, but would you have that roof over your head still? No. Just look at what you have in life, you know. Value what you have. And the people around you, no matter how much or less they value you. Well, value yourself. Value yourself. Nothing wrong with you. Tell yourself good things. Tell yourself good things, and tell yourself those things which are true. Don't sit there and say, "Oh, there's nothing good about me. I can't say anything." There's good things about you. Look at all the bad things. Some people have no good things to say about themselves. Some people have a lot, but they know they're boasting sometimes. But some people, a lot of people, they're negative through and through. But underneath it, they're not, because you come from a natural root, you know. You're of nature, so you know. Look at yourself, and you may say you may not have anything good to say about yourself. But look at the people around, look at the world. I'm sure you can think about a lot of things that you don't like, things that are bad about other people and stuff. And look at you, look how you're different, you know. And then just think about the things you can do, or what you like, what your interests are, or what you want in life, or what you don't want in life. Those already are good foundations, reminders of the good of what you are. You know, there's nothing to feel bad about. You know? Any culture, wherever you are, any place in the world, any time, your life is too short. So, but it's like, it can be longer if you just experience it more of your life. You know, people think their life is short because they experience so less of it. They live other people's lives, and they're looking for themselves in the world. That's not. They're lost. They're trying to flick through the channels, and they don't know what to watch in a day. They change the channel so much on the remote control, and their thumb is aching, and they never catch the show because it's always at the beginning or the end of another show. You know. And if you're not enjoying what's on, change the channel. I'm going to stop this video now. It's 46 minutes. Thank you, train hard and stay safe. Martial arts is love, right? I remember a long time ago, I remember Jet Li, you know, the actor Jet Li, Li Lianjie, okay, he said that. He said, martial arts really, wushu, right? He said it means love, basically. That's what it is. Love. Love your life. You know? I've always said that. That's what it is. There's no reason for you to be an angry person. There's no problem. We are here today. You know, that's it. So the people that you have around, your family, your friends, maybe they've got bad habits. Maybe they're fucking, excuse my language, they're always angry or whatever, yeah? They've got bad habits. They don't want to change, and they want to say you're no good as well. Like, you got to understand that their minds are in a certain place. Always support people, support others. Not wipe their backside or follow them everywhere, but I mean, send a good message. Say something nice when you see them. Say something nice and friendly. Show them something you've done. Maybe they're not interested. Maybe they don't want to listen. But sometimes say something nice. Give them a smile. Give them some time. Greet them. When you may not, sometimes you forget. Greet them. Listen to what they have to say. Show interest. Even if you're not interested, try to show some interest. I'm not your father. I'm not your teacher trying to tell you. So, but for example, I think everybody knows. You know, maybe they need that, you know. Maybe we don't, because we're training some deep stuff, but it starts from certain things. It's never too late to learn. Before you can learn to be a martial arts fighter, you need to understand compassion and the heart. Like I said, still, calm water. To be in nature, you're standing across from the lake, and you can hear the birds whistling on the other side of the water. You know, there's more there, you know. And it's beautiful, and you wonder how much more is there if I follow the river down and walk along through the forest. Wow, I wonder what more. Look at these flowers. Maybe there's different flowers down there. I wonder what animals could be there. You know, it's a beautiful life, and you think, and you're painting a picture, just like the artist Bob Ross, the artist, and he's painting, and he's thinking, I wonder what lives there, and your imagination takes you. I wonder what more there is, more beauty and more life. Not less life, less beauty, no, that's nothing. There's always more chance. So life is like, you're in a boat and you're rowing along, you know, like life is like, you are exploring, you're in this world, you're walking around, you can always find more. You know? And that's what I'm basically saying, you can make more too, you know, get inspired. Try and inspire people, show them what you've done. You know? Shed light on things where people have doubts, self-doubt or doubt in anyone, but don't force it upon them. Don't force your ideas. Shed a bit more light. If you see more good, so if you see, it's like if you're walking in the forest and you're shining your light in the forest, your flashlight torch, and you see something bad, you know. And the more you look, you want to see everything. Okay, this is a study. Make sure you know. Okay, the police are finding how many dead bodies are here. You know, or how many deadly spiders are in the forest. You know, you want to shine, but I'm saying you don't want to shine it to see more. You don't want to shine more darkness. You don't see more bad. But I'm saying if you're shining, learn from your mistakes. You know, like when you're cleaning or anything. But it's like, let's say you're shining a light and you see good. You want to see more, right? It's like you're rubbing a wall. Like I remember a game I played, like you got Shenmue, the computer game Shenmue. There's another game called Shenmue 2, and Ryo Hazuki's in the temple, and he's cleaning the wall. At one point you have to clean the walls, and behind the dirty dust there's some old words, some old Chinese word characters on the wall, and he's cleaning it. And you need to clean the wall and clean more and more so you can see more of the words. I remember this part, okay? And this is what you need to do so you understand more of the message. See, because if you don't do that, if you don't clean away the dust and dirt, you don't know. There's more to learn. There's always more to learn. What I'm trying to say. Even when you clean away to the end, and there's no more, but you know that's more. You learn that there's no more here. Something stops, something else starts, and your thoughts begin. And you learn to clean your thoughts in your mind. So when there's no language spoken, or there's something there, or there's no door, or there's a door, or there's a problem, or there's no problem, whatever, your mind is always able to clear more away and see more. Like beautiful colours, like an artist, you're able to create and tell this story to yourself, you know? And someone looks at you and someone asks you, wow, what are you thinking about? You look like you're in deep thought, you know? And you say, nothing, maybe. I'm just calm, I'm just relaxing. But they can't imagine that. Like, well, if you go outside and you go on in public, you'll see a lot of people talking a lot. More than me. Yeah, but they don't know really what they're talking about. They're just complaining about life and moaning about everything, the troubles in their life. You need to come to the peace inside of you and clean, like you clean your house, yeah, clean your mind, clean yourself out in the inside. So martial arts makes clean people, but as I always say martial art, but I mean martial arts is like a way, a practice of the self to strengthen good. Good is what you already are. You're good now. It's nature. You know? And the martial arts strengthens this which you are, which is basically you don't really have the root and then something. It's all the root. It comes from the root. You are what can I say, this result at its ongoing yet current stage of the root's development, basically, is what you are, you know. As life goes on, you know. And you should always be as fresh as the fruit. So if you're the tree and the fruit drops from the tree, the fruit is like the children of the tree, right? So the old people can learn from the young people and see that, and with a smile on their face they can see their children, their grandchildren feel happy, and the fruit's the same. The fruit does not have the journey that the root has had to have, the tree that was growing from the ground and stood all of the tests of all the storms and everything that tree had to endure over the years. The fruit has not had that, so the young people should also not talk about stress and having all this pressure. We all do in life, but it's like, if you are fresh, it's good, you know what I'm trying to say? The water's really fresh. That's how I feel, okay? That's what I'm saying. If the water's too hot, it becomes like gas, it just fades away. If the water's too cold, it becomes ice, and the ice is just cracked, you know. So you need to become like water, isn't it, again, you know, natural water there, flowing, balanced, pink balanced, but yin and yang balanced, okay. So basically, that's it. And it's the same in all living things, you know. So take care, and I say thank you for watching. Train hard and stay safe. Martial arts for life. And this video is now almost 1 hour, so I'll stop this video here. Today, I hope today is a beautiful day for you, or tomorrow. It is, you need to know it. Forget the bad stuff, it's nothing. Use whatever you have wisely, but your life and your root is first and foremost, and tomorrow will be a new day for you, hopefully, and, you know, and it only gets better and better. Talk to you again soon. Wonderful.